Back in Week 10, the Steelers lost their last matchup against the Browns. Can Cleveland do it again? Find out next.
We are in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. This was the scene a few minutes ago, the dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel, and they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at our home side in this one. They know coming in, they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2015 out of Florida State, Jameis Winston.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A look at the numbers for Harrison last week's game. 15 carries, 79 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offense.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Greg Newsome. Here's the Cleveland offense, and here's Baker Mayfield, former Heisman Trophy winner, ready to go at quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Austin Hooper, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns on just 2 plays have taken the lead. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, Those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact and the next-gen stats. Now for the point after. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. Jameis to throw it. Incomplete. Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
We've got this.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at him in order to try and get the upset win.
And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. And finding the tight end Hooper. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, these two division rivals are kind of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10, and it was the visiting Browns who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in Cleveland. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku, and he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are up to a 13-0 first-quarter lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8-ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Winston. And that will be incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting at it again. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Now on 4th down, honors the punt team sending this one away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Cleveland offense making their way out. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now,
all right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And this one will be brought back to the 22. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
On 2nd down, it's Harris. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now Winston. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
On 2nd and goal, Winston toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
3rd and goal, Winston. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. He's at the 50, the 30.
It's saying they pay me. I'll do this for free.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Browns defense has a touchdown. And remember, this is the #1 defense
was in the air, they treated like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. Interesting stat line right now. Technically, he's completed 4 passes, 2 to his team and then 2 to the wrong team.
It makes you wonder what he's seeing downfield because he has completed 2 passes to his own team, but the interceptions are troubling. Is he going through the wrong reads, the wrong progressions? Is he getting fooled by defenses? They've got to figure that out over on the sidelines, working on that Surface Pro to see what they see.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
21-0 our score after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Winston now. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And the catch made by Johnson. And some room to run now. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. To throw, Winston. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Anthony Walker coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Flush to his right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the 2nd quarter.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On third down, Mayfield. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Mayfield on play action. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
That's caught. It's Demetric Felton. And he is going to have the Browns first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5. On first down, Felton. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
It's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll run with Chubb. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Second down and goal. Mayfield. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns continue to pull away here in this first half. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Point after, right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Winston now from the 50.
He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Winston. And that is incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
As the offense comes out, we put our Madden spotlight on Baker Mayfield. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. When you look to be in the truck right now and hear him calling for it, give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. And we just saw 3 beautiful touchdown passes.
Now he's looking for 4. The Browns drive about to get started. First down, Mayfield.
And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw into the hands of Hooper.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. On 1st and 10, Mayfield.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21. Now a timeout signal for them. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Play fake. Mayfield. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Joe Mixon, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Russell Gage, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. In that matchup, all even in their battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Steelers in that first half. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Browns, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. Taken in at the 3. A good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Well, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Mayfield from the gun on third down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on third down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Mayfield. Flushed out right. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now in the year. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. To throw again on second down. Winston. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. Really solid effort for him right now. 3rd quarter, already 4 touchdown passes. How many can he get here?
That remains to be seen, but I know one thing. You and I will be here to watch, and I'm not going anywhere. With what he's doing in this contest, I'm not missing a minute of it. This guy's been spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team game, but sometimes these individual performances are fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes they just kind of come to the front, despite the fact, as you said, we know it's all about the team, but the way he's playing, he's trying to make his team win on his back.
Yeah, it's been exciting. 2nd down, here's Chubb again. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and to use those wheels of his, the absolute devastating effect.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 54 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A run for Nick Chubb. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. That's a gain of 6 on the 1st down run. He wanted that end zone. Powerful running, but he couldn't quite get there.
And that's going to really make him upset. And right now, there's no way he's letting a coach take him out of the game. He's going to want the ball.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Browns have taken a 6-touchdown lead. And he was was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing, Winston. He gets it complete to Harris. And he will lose yardage here at the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Landry now on the return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we... set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Chubb will get the call running left, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Winston now to throw on 1st down. Right side, Claypool's got it. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Jameis now on 1st down. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Winston now. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Jameis again. Going deep to the end zone for Juju. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Steelers send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll run on 1st down. Felton, and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. They'll keep it on the ground. Felton. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
On 1st down, Felton. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down.
Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Winston's throw there, hauled in by Claypool. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it a 2nd down. To throw is Winston. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Malik McDowell busting through to get him for a loss of 6. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 10. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. He stiff arms him, and he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
Now it looks like he'll throw here, eluding the pressure right. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he's brought down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
And they take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date